So it is currently midday on Saturday. I'm in the middle of the housework. It's horrifically hot, but I'm sure a couple of you will be a little bit concerned about Duke, so I wanted to do a little sneaky reading vlog that's a pop-in extra for the weekend. It's not going to be a particularly long one, I don't think, unless I get carried away and waffle a lot. But just so you can see that Duke is actually feeling a lot better already. He has woken up with a little spring in his step, so I thought, let's have a little Duke and reading weekend vlog and let's just see how we do, basically. So I've just come back from the library where I've got a couple of books out. The one I went to pick up was A Reservation, that's Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I've been sent the sequel on NetGalley for this, so I kind of wanted to do a video where I maybe read a couple of duologies. I didn't quite anticipate the size of the book, so that could be a longer video. It'd take me a little bit longer than I anticipated, but then I found this book and I'm very excited about this book because I've never heard of it before, and this is The Black Locomotive, and it's a cover by Sprayed Edges. And we all know I'm a sprayed edge magpie here, and it's by Rian Hughes. It's only a couple of years old, but let me see how much I can show you. There's like pages and puzzles and things like, I'm not going to find another one now, am I? Every time, here we go. And diagrams and all sorts in it, and it just looked very interesting. And it's based on, it's got a secret Crossrail extension being built to connect Buckingham Palace and Parliament, an archaeological puzzle that may transform our understanding of history, the origins of London itself. If our modern world falls, the city's inhabitants might have to turn to the technology of the past in order to save the future. It just sounded really quite interesting, and I've never heard anyone talk about it, and I love that. I love it when I find a book that I'm going into completely blind. Then I wanted to read the Mitch Albom books, and I could find 3. I couldn't find my copy of The Next Person You Meet in Heaven, so we got that as well. But should we just check out my TBR? Not including those 3. You've seen I've just put them beside me here. This is my current TBR for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Let's be realistic. I'm not going to read all those in 2 to 3 weeks because I've got sequels to at least 2 of those as well. I've got the sequel to Only a Monster, and I've got the sequel to She Who Became the Sun. Oh, and then I have both sequels to Sheets. So that's optimism, bordering on stupidity. But let's do this. So weekend reading vlog. I'm going to show you a little man, and we'll crack on. Hey, Dukey. You want to say hi? Say hi, I'm feeling better. Hello, you. Hey, you feeling a bit better today? Yeah, you are. Oh, cuddle time, is it? Yeah. What you got? So it's nearly 8 o'clock. I have just finished Sea of Tranquility. I really enjoyed this. Very, very strong 4 out of 5 from me. And what I liked about it is, even though really for me the plot, the characters, the writing style was more like a 3 out of 5, it was just nice. It was the thought-provoking bits in this and that have just bumped this rating up. And I found myself so many times today thinking about some of the bits that I read yesterday, and I just love that. I love that when a bit of a book sort of stays with you and just makes you think. So definitely would recommend if you fancy a little sci-fi read and something a little bit thought-provoking. I now am going to go get the washing off the line and water the plants and possibly pick up a new book. I'm just going to water the plants in the front, but we're just going to go and see if Oliver's in. Okay, and I'll explain in a minute why we call him Oliver. So Oliver has now been in our box on and off for the last couple of months, and we call him Oliver because you might have noticed the dish was pushed out the front of the box when I first went out there, and he does that when he's finished eating, and we've sort of taken that as if to go like, right humans, top it up, I'd like some more. So we've gone down Oliver Twist route in naming him, bless him. He's had a bit of a skin condition. We noticed when he first started staying he had quite a bald patch, but that is really healing up. But it's quite common for him to just stay for 48 hours, 72 hours. We just keep topping up the food and his water. He's quite happy, and he doesn't get bothered there because unless it's the postie, no one walks past his house, so I think he feels quite safe, and he's just so cute. And you are very cute too. I have just texted the other half a photo of 4 books, and that was Only a Monster, The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, The Black Locomotive, and Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I said, choose one for me to start this evening, choose one for me to bring to my shift tomorrow. And he's on a medical shift at the moment. And texted me back and he said, I'm treating. I was like, well, this is hardly something that I'm rushing for, so don't worry about it. And he's just rung me on speakerphone with his patient and the patient's friend, and they've all basically voted. They all had a look at the photo of the books and they've all chosen. So, my other half and his patient and friend have chosen Only a Monster by Vanessa Len, which I'm quite looking forward to. Please forgive the fan again, I'm sorry, it's so hot. And Duke, yet again, has decided for cuddles. But this says, in every story there is a hero and a monster. It should have been the perfect summer. Sent to stay with her late mother's eccentric family in London, 16-year-old Joan is determined to enjoy herself. She loves her nerdy job at the historic Holland House, and when her super cute co-worker Nick asks her on a date, it feels like everything is falling into place. Then a Good Samaritan attempt gone wrong sends Joan spinning through time, and her life quickly begins to unravel. Her family aren't just eccentric, they're monsters with terrifying hidden powers. And Nick isn't just a cute boy, he's a legendary monster slayer who will do anything to bring them down. As she battles Nick, Joan is forced to work with the beautiful and ruthless Aaron Oliver, heir to a monster family that hates her own. She'll have to embrace her own monstrousness if she is to save herself and her family, because in this story, she is not the hero. That sounds brilliant, so I'm going to start this tonight. It's almost 10, so I've come up to bed because we've got quite an early start tomorrow. I've read the first 2 or 3 chapters of Only a Monster and I'm enjoying it so far. Basically, Joan was told she's a monster, she didn't believe it, and now she's found out that yes she is. And she's not particularly happy about it. I think it's going to be quite an interesting book actually. Quite looking forward to getting into that. But it's bedtime, so I shall catch up with you tomorrow.
Back in, stop.
Hello, it's Monday evening. I'm sorry I didn't vlog yesterday. Went to work with the other half and we just sat in the field for 8 hours. Nothing very exciting, I'm afraid, but I did actually finish Only a Monster. So that was really good actually, to just be able to sit and read for hours. Unfortunately, it was a 3 out of 5 star. Again, that's not bad. I know I keep saying unfortunately and then saying it was a 3 out of 5 star. That's still good. But when it's a 4 or 5 star anticipated, it's just that little bit frustrating. I did like the concept, really, about almost like the monster kind of being the heroine. However, there was a little teaser of a romance. I think I was hoping for it to be a little bit more than that, but that's fine. It isn't advertised as a romance as such. It was just kind of lacking. It was like really, really dramatic in some bits. It was very fast paced throughout. But then other bits, it was almost a little bit rushed or was just a bit... So I'm going to read the sequel because I have been sent the sequel on NetGalley and I did genuinely enjoy it enough. I would have picked up the sequel anyway, regardless of if I'd been sent it from NetGalley or not. So it was still good. It was still worth reading, and you know, it was nice spending the afternoon sat in the sun reading this. And Duke is continually improving. Dukey, do you want to say hi? He has come to the office today where he's sat in the aircon and he's just been playing ball and snacking and napping, living the dog's life. But hopefully this puts anyone's mind at rest that was a little bit worried about him. I know I really was, but that he's feeling a little bit better now. So every day is a little bit cheekier and a little bit bolder. I mean, no, he still doesn't like the heat, but it's definitely cooled down. We were like 26, 27 degrees. Now it's 21, 22. So it's much more comfortable in the house. And yeah, he's pretty much back to his normal cheeky chappy self. So I hope you like this little bit of a random weekend reading vlog. I was just really worried that sort of at the end of the last one, I kind of just threw there saying, Duke's not very well, I'm really worried, and yeah, he's fine. And I just wanted to sort of catch up with you, and I didn't expect to read a book or so over this weekend anyway, so that's really great. And I shall catch up with you in my next reading vlog. I don't know what I'm going to read next. I can't even give you a heads up, I'm afraid. But I'll speak to you soon. And if you made it to the end of the video, leave me an emoji of your choice. Bye.